the old comfy bed. You decide to lie down. You slept until the night, and you feel amazing for doing so. It is now night time. Standing near the local pub is the town drunk. As you begin to speak, the town drunk decides it's time to leave. Walking into the bar, you see the usual drunks. The old man standing at the bar, who you've not seen around before, shouts to the room.
I have returned.
No shit, Japsworth. You've been sitting there drinking for an hour. We didn't realise you'd left.
I was gone from this cursed land for 6 months this time.
It's like you never left.
I only came back to warn you, good people.
Here we go again.
Scoff all you want, lads. You know it to be true.
Tell us again about the ghost, Martin.
Just a moment. Kit! Whiskey!
Whiskey? Are you mad? Do you remember last time?
If I'm gonna be talking, I'll be needing it.
Coin first, Martin. You know the rules.
Well, if it isn't Mr. Bruiser himself.
Mr. Fisticuffs.
Mr. Arse Kicker.
That was a hell of a fight, young man.
I haven't seen anything that vicious since Laddie came home drunk and tried to have his way with the family dog.
That wasn't my fault. In my defense, he looked very similar to my wife.
You've got a point there, sir.
Anyway, disgusting stories about dogs aside, Sir, Gorth has been a pain in the arse to this town for years. And thanks to you, I don't think he'll be much trouble for a while.
Amen! Once, he made me smell his butt because I stepped on his shoes.
One time, he threw me in my own heap of cow manure because he said my corn was too mushy.
So we're buying your ale tonight. Go on over and talk to Kit. You're all taken care of.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate the gesture. But Gorth merely picked a fight with the wrong man. Or the right man, eh?
All drink to that. Salut!
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 So I says to him, look, you can't be building a house out of that.
Now why can't he build a house from mud and sod?
I'll get to that, you interrupting bastard. Now, where was I?
You can't build a house.
So I says to him, Robert, you can't use that. And he says, why not? It's my mud and I'll do what I see fit. And I says, Robert, that ain't mud. And he says, course it's mud, it's brown and muddy. And I says, yeah, but what else is brown and muddy? You know what he says to me?
What?
He says, so's your wife. So I says, you got me there, you bastard. And while my wife may be brown and muddy, your field is made up of pure shite.
Field of shite. Sounds dangerous.
Yar, looks like old Agat's been letting his cows and bulls run amok all over Robert's fields. They've been plopping out monuments to chewed grass everywhere.
So he was going to build a shit house out of shit?
Ha! I know. I mean, the place would smell like shite, but this place would actually smell like shite.
Well there, it appears you're all taken care of tonight. Farmer's got your tab.
Well, I'm lucky. Give me a pint to start. I'll take it from there.
You got it. Just don't get so drunk you start troubling here.
Well, who? The farmers? I like them. And they're not dumb enough to start with curd.
Goodbye, sir.
Not too much. Just honest men trying to make an honest living. Isn't always easy with Rayford around. I don't know what's up, but he arrested a bunch of people as of late. And we're talking about people who shouldn't have been arrested. I heard one's a paladin. Usually they're goody two-shoes. She was in town one day and the next gone. But the rumor is she's sitting in Rayford's dungeon. Have you been there yet? It's pretty amazing. Don't get on Valeris' bad side, though. She's beautiful and deadly, I tell you. If I could have impressed her enough to win her affections, I'd be a happy man. She weren't having me, no, and I wasn't gonna press my luck. They're out to the west, beyond the King's Road. Nice, peaceful place, really. People used to settle there, but only Hermit Homestead's been active for the last few years. I usually go up there a couple times a week. Good people, good stories. Corinna gives good advice. I'd listen to her if I was you. There's something about them I don't trust. Don't like magical things, and it certainly feels magical in there. Think they're cursed. They used to be Killington's personal hunting woods, and you know how the Killingtons were cursed. Well, they used to be a really rich and powerful family here in Volksville, but apparently they met a bad end. The ruins of their mansion are to the north. The family was cursed, they say, and it was the cause of the end of their line. There are no more of them left, so their old mansion lies in ruin. They're a bunch of creepy bastards, but I think they're mostly harmless, like all these weird cults that keep popping up. You know, I usually stay right down here in my valley, but I'll tell you, it's pretty damn annoying to have that bridge out right now. I hope it'll be fixed soon. The guy watching it now is a bit twitchy or something. I can never get a read on Hummel. He's staying up at the barracks by the bridge. You can never really tell what the guy is thinking. He looks normal enough, but I feel he's just some kind of weirdo. Hey, you be taking care of yourself, sir.
You see a drunken, older man. He looks like he's attempting to dress like an adventurer, but he looks more like a stuffed rhubarb.
Hey there, young fella. What's the good word? Hello there, stranger. I'm Martin Japsworth, professional adventurer and all-around man of intrigue and mystery. Pleased to meet you.
You can call me Rowan. Pleased to meet you.
It's always a cold night in Volksville, ever since the day. You don't know of the curse of the Killingtons? Well, son, if you buy me a drink, I'll tell you a story of such tragedy, such despair, such mystery. You won't be sorry, I promise. Well, I won't say no to a whiskey if you're buying. Ha ha. Well, boy, this starts over 50 years ago, when I was just a young boy. My father, God rest his soul, was the butler and caretaker of the Killington family for years. And for years, the Killington family was good, happy, and prosperous. They were the richest people in Volksville. Old Jarvis Killington had made good money in shipping and trade, and he built his family the largest and finest mansion, just outside the town of Volksville. In the town, he helped develop Killington Square, built all the posh homes there, and fixed up the big fancy bank. Actually was the heartbeat of the town, sponsoring all kinds of fairs and events. He was a good man, and my family prospered along with them. We lived in a small cottage just outside the main mansion, and my father loved the Killingtons like they were his own. Jarvis, however, got a bit of wanderlust as he got older and the riches grew. He wanted a new challenge, so he took up travel and adventuring. He used to leave for months at a time and always returned with some new exotic trinket from far-off lands. The tales he told, they kept this young boy on his toes. He came back energized after each trip, except for his last. There's so much more, and I could remember it, but alas, my drink is empty. Well, I won't say no to a whiskey if you're buying. When he came home from his last trip, something was different and wrong. He looked drawn and pale, and the treasure he came home with, it was kind of weird. He called it the Eye of Jaeger, and he seemed obsessed with it. He'd stay up in his room for days with it, never leaving. His whole family became concerned, and when he would come out, he'd ramble incoherently about many different arcane things, stuff best not spoken of. I heard some once, and it was like listening to something from the depths of hell. He was going mad. My father was very scared for him. I was scared. Life with the Killingtons was all I knew. It got so bad that his eldest son and heir, Jarvis Jr., left the home, saying he couldn't live with a demon-possessed and jewel-obsessed man. No one knows what happened to Jarvis Jr. either. It was said he went up north to the Kingdom of Yara to start anew, but no one's heard or seen from him since. Things got worse for the poor Killington family after Jarvis Jr. left, and more odd things occurred. I remember it well, but I would remember it better with a refill on my whiskey. Well, I won't say no to a whiskey if you're buying. Well, see, my father was so loyal that he wouldn't leave, even when Jarvis started looking like a living skeleton, and his whole family took sick. My father took sick too, but he'd never show it. He was too proud. The house fell into disarray. Jarvis wandered the halls, screaming like a madman. His wife and daughters took to hiding in the study and locking the doors. There was madness there, and whispers of the strange gem he brought home. I was little, but I heard about the gem, how it had no equal, how it was priceless, and they called it the Eye of Jaeger. Though it was the final act that really threw a wrench into my life. The fire, the horror, the horror.
His eyes trail off, as if lost in his memory.
The fire? It took the whole family. All of them. burned alive, locked in the house. And my father tried to save them, but the flames were too great. The last thing he saw was the insane smile of Jarvis Killington. I don't think I can drink enough to forget the screams. Something had a hold on him. It wasn't good. We should talk some more over a drink, right, Sonny? I could most certainly tell you more about that if you'd be kind enough to wet my whistle with another fine whiskey.
Don't fall for his crap. You're just fresh blood for him to babble to and get free drinks from.
Shut up, Olaf. Your wife smells like cow manure.
That's 'cause I smell like cow manure, and we sleep together.
Point conceded. Point conceded, old chum. Well, I won't say no to a whiskey if you're buying. So yes, all that happened, and it was terrible. But did I ever tell you about the time I fought the bulls in the Colosseum of Narsicaa?
Well, no, you definitely have not.
Well, Sonny, you are in for a story. When I left this godforsaken place, I used my powers I gained from the grimoire I stole from Jarvis to magically be able to beat bulls. Beating bulls is a magical power. Its power comes from beating bulls. So you have to beat bulls to be able to beat bulls. You see what I mean? It's like a circular power. It's amazing. It's just like you. You're like the best man ever. I hear you beat bulls too. We should start a team. It was great talking with you. I'll be in town for a while. Let's talk again.
Hey.
Hi, strange lady, standing in the dark at night. You're not suspicious of anything.
Please, I'm as harmless as a fly. If I wanted to hurt you, I'd have done it by now.
If you wanted to hurt me, you'd tell me we were somehow related.
Well, we're not, but we do have something in common.
What's that?
Well, we both know something about the curse of the Killington family.
What? That story old Japsworth is raving on about? That's hogwash.
Not necessarily. There is much truth in what he says.
What? That the Killingtons suffered a tragedy? So what?
Yes, that, and there really is such a gem known as the Eye of Yager.
Really? Is it in a museum?
No, it's lost. As lost as the entire Killington clan.
Lost, eh?
Yes, lost, but perhaps not gone.
Mysterious. So why should I care?
A gem like that is beyond value. I think someone like you might be interested in that.
Yeah, then I assume someone found it long ago.
No, it's been missing since the mansion, and all of the Killingtons inside of it burned to the ground.
Lovely. You don't know I'm going to dream about fires, gems, and a burning family. Remind me to thank you and Japsworth sometime.
Don't dream of that. Just think about it. You could recover something like that and slip away quietly.
Yeah, so why are you offering me any kind of help?
I noticed you the other day at the town gates. You seemed like someone who could pull off something like this. And yes, it will benefit me if you do. But I will tell you of that later.
Of course you will.
She slides her arms back, and the cloak that covers her opens a little, revealing a little of the skimpy outfit beneath.
Whoa there, kitten. I appreciate the thought, but it's not doing a thing for me believing a story about some stupid gem.
Look, I'll be back tomorrow. Why don't you go do a little research on what I've been talking about? the Killingtons, the Eye, etc. And we can discuss things another night.
Well, I suppose. If you're buying a drink.
Just be here. I'd recommend starting at the Library of Tyr.
Okay, that sounds logical.
And for a token of my gratitude in this matter, here's 50 blyes.
Well, I can't turn down a pretty lady paying me, can I?
If all goes well, there will be plenty more from us. Now, when you go looking, keep this word in mind. Sentai.
Sendai? What?
No, Sentai. Trust me.
Well, I had to say this has been interesting, Miss,
Just call me Kiana.
Absolutely. Good night, Miss Kiana. Well, I'll just stay in town a few days. Wait till they fix the bridge. Catch a ship. Ooh, boy. Oh, I'm in deep now. I'm talking to myself.
Why did all these people have something to say? Why did
Ah, the old comfy bed. You decide to lie down. You sleep until the morning and wake up with the daylight. It's now morning. You're starving. You should go downstairs and get some breakfast from Ina. You sit down at the table.
Here's your meal, Mr. Rowan, sir.
Looks lovely. Thank you, dear.
You wolf down all the food and give a proper belch.
Oh my, Owen! It's the young man who sent Gorth packing!
Good job, you old codger. The bastard deserved it.
How can I help you today, young man?
You have purchased a tinderbox. You have purchased a small flint and steel.
Hello again! Hello there! Welcome to the apothecary.
You have purchased an empty flask. You have purchased a healing potion.
Hey, Udo.
Oh, people are talking about old Jobsworth again. Seems he has everyone buzzing about the old Killington stories. I do think people sensationalize them a bit. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a tragedy, but people love to talk of curses and such. But I do believe that Jarvis Killington stole a gem from some very important people. It's always something here in the Valley of Krashna, isn't it? Well, I'm told it's called the Eye of Jagger, and it was very valuable to whomever Jarvis stole it from. Jarvis Killington was head of the Killington family, a once prosperous family who lived in a mansion just north of town. Sadly, it burned to the ground, and all you can see are the ruins. There are some who say he and the family was cursed because he stole the Eye of Jagger from the group of monks. If you haven't visited Hermit Homestead yet, you should go. It's in the northern part of the grasslands. Just take the King's Road up a way and make a left. Can't miss it. Goodbye, Mr. Roam.
This woman is fit and healthy. You consider how awesome she looks in her uniform. Women in uniform. Yep.
Hello, hello.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Tyr. My name is Valeris. I am the head of Tyr's Arrows, the Royal Guard of Tyr. We serve the King of Lunaria and protect the port from all enemies. Tyr is the greatest city in all of Lunaria, next to the city of the castle in the north. Ships come from all over the world, importing and exporting goods, knowledge, culture, and people. There were several criminals who were trying to import human beings into the land to be sold into slavery. Slavery is illegal and punishable by death here. 3 criminals of the boat Hegrether managed to escape and hide somewhere in the city. We caught 2, but we have reason to believe the 3rd is already dead. Thus we opened the city.
Why do you have reason to believe he's dead?
Because I put 6 of my arrows through his torso.
Oh, am I dead?
There are a great many things to see here in Tyr. You may wish to visit the library. There are many tomes to be found there. The docks would probably be more to your liking. You can find work and play down there. You'd fit in at the Salty Dog. The mayor is proud of our lighthouse. You should visit if you have the chance. It's on the edge of the city. You can't miss it. They are in the south of the city, beyond the fountain. It's an open-air pub fashioned out of an old scuttled ship. It's the shining beacon of our city. Mayor von Darkles was appointed by the king to oversee the day-to-day business of the city. He was just glad he didn't get Vokesville as a commission. He dislikes the forests. Though I recall Rayford wasn't happy that he was made sheriff of Vokesville and the Valley either. There's a small and quaint forest town to the north. I'm sure you came past it on your way here. As the bridge to the north is washed out, you could have only come from the east. He is a hard-headed man, and often prone to brash hubris. I deal with him when I must, but I am glad he no longer lives in this town. I feel that he felt threatened by my authority. This, all you see from the top of the lighthouse is our valley. It is all I have ever known. I live by the sea in the greatest port in the world, yet I have never left. I love my home. To me, there is no finer kingdom. I so enjoy the northern kingdom and the castle, and I will be glad when the bridge is repaired. You have a pleasant day, sir.